Hey guys, Tanya here from Perth, Western Australia. My husband Rob and myself embarked on a journey with Katie over a year ago now. We've got a soccer business in Perth, soccer clinics for 2 to 11-year-olds, and we were finding that we were growing quite quickly without systems and processes in place. So a Facebook ad actually came up with Katie, and we decided to join her program. We haven't done business coaching before in the past, but to be honest with you, we've never had coaching that is so streamlined to children's businesses and activities. And the work we've done in the last year with Katie has just been absolutely amazing. Definitely scrutinised systems, processes, increased profitability, increased trials, restructured our programs, and just simplified so many areas of the business, and it's definitely gotten us some time back, and I couldn't recommend Katie's program more. It's just been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, Katie, for your time, and I look forward to continue working with you.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I run a dance school in Surrey, and I have been working with Katie at Gold Medal on building my business. If you're looking for someone who is super supportive, an amazing role model, and for training that can help you implement systems and grow your business in the way you need to, then Gold Medal is definitely the place to be. There's so much support, and I really appreciate everything that Katie has put in place to help us all become the CEOs we need to be. Thank you so much, Katie.
My name is Amy Schweizer, founder and director of Tiny Troop Soccer. Tiny Troop Soccer has been in operation now for 10 years, and we are located in the United States. There's over 50 locations in 17 different states. Being in the Gold Medal membership with Katie, we have now reached our highest number ever, over 1,000 players per month, which is a goal we've had for about 3 years now, and we've just hit that last month. So I'm so super excited and thankful. And it's definitely due to some of the processes that we put in place that Katie shared with me. When I first joined Gold Medal, it was, and I think it still is, the only mentorship specifically for children's activity entrepreneurs. I had done a lot of different mentorships and masterminds and different trainings, but nothing was specific to our industry, and that's definitely the key that was missing. When I found Katie and Gold Medal, we were already an established company. Again, that was just a year ago, so we've already been in business for 9 years. But one thing I found through doing the mentorship is I was really able to fine-tune the processes that we had going on, and I had the accountability as a CEO, just someone who I knew was going to be asking me questions and that I needed to report to and turn in numbers to. So that was really significant and helpful. We had never done trials before, and even though most people in their children's activity businesses had, that's something we couldn't figure out because we're located in so many different places. But Katie and the team really helped me figure that out, get it into place, and now we have trials coming in, multiple trials coming in at about a 65% conversion rate. So that certainly helped that number. We've also implemented Facebook ads for the very first time. So we went beyond me trying to do it myself, knowing nothing about Facebook ads, to actually having a Facebook ad specialist. We've hired a sales representative for the first time ever. And so we were really able to create those funnels and processes, just mimicking what Katie and her team have taught us. So that was really helpful and beneficial. We've been able to eliminate a lot of waste. Katie really helped me look at what are we doing, what needs to go, what could money better be spent on. And so my expenses certainly went down while my sales and profitability went up. So I couldn't recommend the Gold Medal Coaching Program anymore.
Hi there, my name's Shelley and I run a theatre school business for children called Stepping Out Stars of Tomorrow, hence the bowler hat and the show pictures in the background. I've had my school for 15 years and absolutely love doing what I do, and I've had several business coaches through that period, but I just felt with Katie that I really connected to her, and she was really lovely on the phone. I felt that she had a wealth of experience which would really help me take my business to the next level. And that's not to say that the coaches that I'd had before weren't great, because they really were, but I really like the fact that Katie's mentorship had lots of different children's activities in it, and I think it's fantastic that I can learn from football coaches or rugby coaches. It's not just about dance and performing arts, and that was something that really struck a chord with me. I've been in the membership for the last couple of months, and I've really enjoyed the time that I have already started to implement some of the amazing things that Katie has suggested. The first being bringing an extra 55,000 into my business, which could be fantastic if that comes off. So yeah, I'm really super happy and really recommend the CEO membership. It's great.
Hi and welcome to our 30 students in 3 days workshop. Very excited to be with you this week. I'm your host, Katie Cannon. I'm the founder of Gold Medal Business, and I thought it was really important just before we're about to go live to share with you a little bit about my journey, because if you're anything like me, anyone I want to learn from to take me to the next level of my business, I want to know they've been there, done it, and they got the t-shirt. I've been in this industry for nearly 20 years now. I started in 2008, and I was very much a gymnast. I was a British champion for 5 years, did 2 worlds, 2 Europeans, and over the last 20 years have had every experience within this industry. I've had experience with the franchise model. I've had a network of over 100 after school and curriculum classes in schools. I've had village halls, I've had leisure centres, I've had permanent premises. I've shut down permanent premises. I've also had amazing experiences with building teams and bad experiences with teams, and everything in between, from systems, customers, processes, anything you can think of, I've done it. And one of the things of why I really believe what makes Gold Medal so special in the marketplace today is I not only train you from 20 years of experience, I'm also still in the market today. I opened a brand new facility last week. So I not only train you from 20 years of experience, but also what's working now, what worked for us literally last week, and how are we going to help our clients achieve that, and what results. And that is why I really believe we get the results we do with our clients. Now, apart from business, I'm also a mum of 3. I've got a 10-year-old daughter and 2 boys, 6 and 2. And I share that with you because I'm all about business and family. I don't want you to build a business that absorbs every ounce of your time, and by the end of it, you build a phenomenal business, but there's nothing else around you. That is not what we're about at all. We're wanting you to create balance, flexibility. Yes, of course, different seasons of your life are going to have different strengths and it's going to look different. But in general, you're creating a life and you're creating a great business alongside it. So that's a bit about my background, and we're going to get to know each other very, very well over the next couple of days. What you can expect in the next 3 days together, we're live for an hour each day. If you cannot make the recording, if you cannot make the live stream, we are on record. So we have multiple different time zones tuning in. If you can be present and live, that's when we are going to be given some really great bonuses. So do what you can this week to be live. You'll get so much more out by asking questions whilst we're live. So do what you can. Doesn't matter where you are, just do what you can to be live with us. But this week is all about setting you up for 2026 and making sure 2026 is an incredible transformational year for you. We're going to be teaching you the real fundamentals that you need to be having and the foundations that you need to be having in your business to really grow strong this year, as well as multiple years in the future. So come ready to learn, be inspired, and really ready to have a real fresh approach and a fresh eyes and fresh mindset on your business. I'm so excited to be working with you this week. Let's get started. Good afternoon, or say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our 30 students in 3 days workshop this week. I'm really excited. So I'm your host, Katie Cannon. I'm very excited to be with you, holding your hand and nurturing you to success this week. So just before we start, so we can see, we are on Zoom, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're streaming in multiple different directions. So if you see me looking in different ways and making sure everybody's served and everybody is happy, that is what I am doing. And just to start with, let's see who we have in the room with us today. I just want you to just put in the chat box or on the live stream platforms, I just want you to put what business you run. So let me just take 10-15 seconds. I love to do this at the beginning because it's really important for me to know who we have, what businesses. We work with a range of different businesses within Gold Medal Business. So it's always nice to see exactly who we have in the room. So I'm seeing basketball, football, dance, performing arts, skateboarding, karate, swimming, a couple of swimmings coming around. Fantastic. Aerial, circus, fantastic. Art, science, I'm seeing arts and crafts, perfect, wonderful. Scuba diving on live. Oh my gosh, we've got some new private one-to-one clients that are building scuba diving businesses in Australia. Absolutely fantastic. Horse riding, awesome. We've just had a new client join one of our programs that is a horse riding business as well. Fantastic. Thank you so much. It shows a real wealth of experience across the globe. I said this launch this week, our workshop this week is all about supporting you. I said we have people that have registered in 4 different countries. Over 350 people have registered for this event this week. So thank you. Amazing. So let's get cracking. So a little bit of housekeeping before we get started today. If you haven't yet got your workbook, I just want you, just literally looks like this. If you haven't got your workbook, I just want you to put workbook in the chat box for me or on live stream. This has been emailed to you, so please check junk or spam, as we have no control if it's hiding in any of your junk or spam, so please check it. And how I want you to be present to get the most out of this week together is said today, tomorrow, and Thursday. We are going to be live together for just under an hour, give or take. Some sessions go over, depends how many questions and how much support to give you on that day, and some go a little under. But I want you to try and be as live and present as you possibly can. If you have your camera off, please put your camera on. I do not like speaking to blank screens. I don't care if you're in your pajamas, please just don't be driving, is what I say. So if you are on Zoom or on certain platforms where I can see, I don't want to see blank faces. You are here. You are present. You have carved out this time to be live today. So be present, be central to your business, be switched on, ready to learn. I love to see smiley, smiley faces. So workbook, please check junk or spam. And how we're going to work this week together with your workbook is, I don't want you to be like head down. I'm going to scribble every single thing that Katie says. Even if you think, oh gosh, there's another light bulb moment. You're going to have lots of different light bulb moments. Everybody who has registered for our workshop this week, you have different experience. We have some people who have just started their business, and we have some people who are years into their business journey. Wherever you're at, you can always sharpen up your marketing skills. And as we know, one of the most fundamental skills that you need to learn as an entrepreneur is to be able to make money, is to be able to be solution driven. It's to be able to go, yeah, I have the skills to bring in another 30 students. Yes, I have the skills to bring in another 60 students. So I want you to be present this week, or very much just write down the key things that I've said that are going to resonate with you exactly where you're at on your journey at this time, rather than implementing every single thing and getting overwhelmed and not doing anything. You're better off to just do one or two things and implement deeply and then move on to the next pieces. Okay. So why did we call our workshop this week very much 30 students in 3 days? Now, you may, just to manage expectations, you may smash out 30 students in 30 days. But the whole premise of this week's time together is to give you the skills, the mindset, and the knowledge and the tool belt that you can produce 30 new students time and time again within your business. You might do 30 students, you might do 40 students, you might do 50 students. But wherever you're at in your business, I want you to have the skills to go, yeah, we're low on numbers. This is what we need to do. And to be implementing it throughout your business, because one of the biggest things I see from working with children's activity entrepreneurs is a roller coaster business. Just give me a wave. Put me a message in the chat box if you feel like you are sometimes on a roller coaster where you feel like you're highs of highs. When the season's good, the numbers are good. Then when it's a low season, depends if it's the summer. In the UK, it's often our summer months. If you're in Australia, it's going to be your December, Jan. For us, it's going to be our June, July, August. Thank you, Julia. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's common. It's a roller coaster. Okay. Billy, Sam, yeah, absolutely see you. It's literally, you can be like this. Your emotions are doing this. Your business is doing this. Your financials are doing this. It's a roller coaster circus. You cannot run a successful business that is good for your nervous system, and that is good for your mindset, and most importantly, is good for you, the CEO, to be able to make decisions and predict when your business is a roller coaster. You can't hire a team. You can't invest into new facilities. You can't invest into new equipment. You can't, because you don't know what the future holds. Your main goal as the CEO, whether you are just started in your business and you're wearing every single hat in your business, or you've delegated out a lot and you are the CEO in your business, the main thing, whether you are, and I want to just address this, it's just come in my mind. I was the host of the Australian Gymnastic Business Conference in mid-February. So I've literally just got back. We were in Queensland for nearly 2.5 weeks, which was phenomenal until we couldn't get back due to the Middle East. So we got back a few days later than we were meant to be. But I had a comment after we were training. I was training for 2 days, and someone said to me, but Katie, I don't think I'm the CEO yet of my business. I'm 2 years in. I'm still in the trenches. We've got about 250 students. Am I the same as some other people in this room today that have multiple different venues and a good few million in revenue in my business? And I said, 100%. You are the CEO. You are the CEO. You are the founder. You are the business owner. So don't ever forget that. And I lasered my training and did a refocus while I was there on that. And I want to just share that with you. You are the CEO. I don't care if you got one student or you got millions of students. You are the CEO. Unfortunately, in the early days of business, you are also the founder, the business owner, and the dog's body and everything else in between. You are everything, okay? But as you grow your business, you will start to delegate out more and more. So you can really start to step into the CEO role and really start to grow the business to the next level. But as soon as you run your business, you are the business owner. You are the CEO in your business. So make sure you are running and operating your business with that mindset. And so the training over the next 3 days together is all around central around that, is to give you the skills that you can make decisions to be able to make more money in your business. So you can then delegate out more, and then you can then start to move the needle in the business to make the investments you need to make. So what I'm going to teach you this week, if you've been following me for a while, just give me a little high five. Who's been in our community for like over 3 or 4 months? Or just, I tell you what, just put me, or give me a 1 if you've been in our community for quite a while, and give me a 2 if you're brand spanking new and you've never heard of us. Just give us a little message, because it's really good to know. We've had lots of people come in. We have some people watch multiple workshops that we do, multiple. Some people are brand spanking new. So I'm seeing a right mix, ones on like a lot of socials are ones. You've been seeing us for a long time. You've got a few Zooms, lots of 2s. Fantastic. So what I really recommend is make sure, and Glia, my wonderful, gorgeous assistant, can you just put in the chat box, can you just put our podcast? Because if you're brand new, start listening to our podcast, because that will really help you. It will really fine tune and laser the training of today. And you'll really be able to see how I teach, how I nurture, and how I train. So just pop that in there for me, Glia. That would be fantastic. If it doesn't pop up, it's just under Go Gold with Katie Cannon. You'll find it in Spotify. Thank you so much, Glia. So everything I teach within, obviously, I teach you as I shared from our intro video. I've been in this industry for just under 20 years. I have 3 different businesses in different sectors. I said I am a mum of 3, so I've got a wealth of experience of being able to balance business and working with different sectors as well. But one thing I have learned, and what I teach very much heavily into our foundations here at Gold Medal, is the one thing that has held me strong through our 18 years of building gyms and other industry businesses as well, is the core foundations and ensuring that you are doing the consistent business actions that you need to be doing day in, day out in your business. And I want to share that with you, because it's all about the foundations and the consistency, where you will, like I just said, with that lovely roller coaster, you will start to do this and you will grow like this, because you've got the foundations in place and you're not reacting. You're being proactive. You're not reacting at everything. You think, oh my gosh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's a great new algorithm I must try. I need to go and try that now. Before you know it, you'll hold down a whole nother rabbit hole 6 weeks later, still in the same place. So yes, in today's world, we have more information than ever possible. But what I see, you would think that makes it easier for entrepreneurs, and you would think that would increase their journey. It's actually quite the opposite, because the focus is all out. The consistency is all out. Before you know it, social media has changed like the wind, and suddenly we're all doing something else in our algorithm here, or a new reel, or TikTok, or whatever. It changes like the wind. If you run your business like that, you'll still be in the same place in a couple of years' time. You have to manage the business foundations, which I'm going to teach you in the next 3 days. Some of it you might be already implementing. If you are, fantastic. But if you're not, implement. If you are already doing some things, think, how can I get more consistent? How can I get better? How can I refine? Because the secret, and I said there is no secret in business, the secret really is how you can do the mundane day in, day out, and be consistent in your highs and your lows. Because that's what takes people out of business, whatever industry you're in. It takes you out because you're like this, and you might have done that in January. Come September, you're no longer doing it anymore. The success is going to come from the people that are still doing the consistent daily effort. And it comes from, as I said, your business foundations. Now, we're going to go through over the next 3 days together 2 ways of teaching you this. So I could teach marketing. As I said, in Australia, I've just done a 2-day conference. I was the only speaker. So I spoke for 7 hours on marketing on day 1 and 7 hours again on day 2. Marketing is a huge subject. I could talk about this till the cows come home, but I pulled out key things that I will think, what is going to make the biggest difference for you to get students through the door as soon as you possibly can. So we teach 2 sides. We teach external marketing and internal marketing, because it's not just about, I just need to switch on an ad and hope for the best and all the kids come flying through. I've seen great businesses that have fantastic front end marketing, but their business is a bit of a shit show. They're losing money on the front end, the back end. They're wondering why the business isn't profitable because they got leaky buckets everywhere. You have to go front end and back end. So I pulled out a few key strategies that I want you to start thinking about to implement into your business. So first of all, today, we're going to be talking about external marketing. So external marketing, I'm going to start with Facebook ads. Now, whether or not you are doing them, I highly recommend, this is industry specific. This is industry specific. This is area specific. But in general, 90% of businesses that I mentor do phenomenally well at ads, myself included. I'm no ad specialist. We highly recommend you delegate that out. And if you need support with this, we have experts that can help you with this. But Facebook ads, Instagram ads are phenomenal to grow your business. But please do not do ads if you're going to switch them on and off all over the place. You stick with it. So don't go with it and go, do you know, I've got £500. I'm going to see how far this gets me. Do not waste that money. You might as well not bother. You have to be in it for the long haul. You might as well go, so do you know, I'm going to do £10 a day, 365 days of the year. And I'm going to keep it consistent because the algorithm will reward you when you are consistent. And then at peak seasons, when you're pushing for enrollment, of course, you could pop some more money behind it. But please don't start with your external marketing with doing Facebook and Instagram ads if you are not going to be consistent, because it will not work. You'll start that start, stop mentality. Just keep consistent. So a few things I want you to look at when you're doing your Facebook ads is every week. We do this on a Monday. It takes us about 5-10 minutes. You might do it on a Thursday. It doesn't matter when, just do it. And we just make sure you are tweaking, you're testing your ads. So let's say our Facebook ad specialist will be like, Katie, this is working. This is not. I've tried to tweak. I've put in another testimonial. I've changed the subject line. I've changed the image. We're not changing the whole ad because the whole ad doesn't need to be whole changed. We're just tweaking, okay? Because I guarantee if you change that picture, you change that image, you change a video, suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, the ad is really working now. That made a difference. But if you just took down the whole thing, you don't know what worked and what didn't. So make your life easier and take this advice for business in general. Don't just be like, I used to do this in the early days. When I look back, I wasted so much, months and years of being like, scrap it, it's not working. Well, I didn't need to act in that way. I could have been like, just tweak it. Let's take that out. Let's add that and see where we're at. All right. So making sure every week you're tweaking and you have that time set aside. I then want you to look at your metrics. I want you to write these down. You do not need to know everything for Facebook ads. But if you are guiding a Facebook ad expert, I want you to delegate, but do not advocate. And this is the same for every role in your business. In the early days, maths was not my strong point. It's something I've had to work really hard at. And I had an accountant and a bookkeeper, and I'd be like, that's their responsibility. I've got nothing to do with the figures. I don't need to know that because that's them. And it definitely caused me some financial heartache a few years into my business because I had no clue of my numbers. The business was busy. That's all I thought I needed to know. But it's the same. I hear so many horror stories of people come to me and say, I spent thousands, Katie, on ads and they're not working. And I'm like, what did you do? How did you guide them? They didn't. They had the ad specialist. They were expecting reviews. They were expecting metrics. Nothing came back. Maybe a message every month or two. Or they might have said, yeah, the ads are working really well. This is what we've tested. But because it's not our specialism, we don't know what to ask. So with any role in your business, you don't have to be an expert, but you need to know what to ask. So you want to track number of clicks, the number of leads, and you can write this down just like in a KPI sheet to keep it super, super simple. The number of clicks, the number of leads, then obviously click to lead conversion. So we want to know, okay, so these people have clicked. Then what's the conversion from clicking to booking to clicking and booking a lead, giving their details, actually registering? What's the conversion? Do it as a percentage, because that's a real life figure. It's easier to see the percentage when you work it out like that. So number of clicks, number of leads, click to leads conversion, cost per click, then cost per lead, amount spent. Okay, I'm going to go through that again. So number one is number of clicks, number of leads, the click to lead conversion, cost per click, cost per lead, and the amount spent. So when you're tracking that, and I highly, highly recommend put it into a spreadsheet and have just different columns. And every single week you track that. I would actually do it on a Monday and a Thursday. The reason why, if you do it on a Monday and then you check it again on Tuesday, there's not enough being changed. Twice a week is more than enough. Now, your ad expert should be doing this for you, but at least you have a hold on it. You understand what you're looking for. You can then understand. I really highly recommend you then work out every single week how much new money has come into your business and how much you have spent on ads. So notice I said how much new money has come into your business. That's not existing customers or people that have brought a piece of equipment, a leotard, a t-shirt, or people that have signed up to a holiday camp that are existing clients. That is new clients that have come in that week because of your ad that is running. That's really, really important to differentiate, because if you're including all current clients, it's really hard to understand the value and the ROI on what you are spending on your ads. So get in the habit, and you may find at first it might be negative, because remember, what comes in today from an ad might convert in 2 or 3 weeks' time. And that's completely normal. It will take time, but you've got to get in the habit of that. And once you get into the habit of that, my main goal for you when you are running your ads as a company is to be confident in investing into your ads. When you know, okay, if I put £300 in and I've done £20 a day and it's £300 over a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever your budget is, and then you think, do you know what, but we're making £600 a week on new revenue. That's tracked, that's measured, that's safe in your business. You are knowing your numbers. It's not guesswork. Business should never be guesswork. It's numbers. So I always remember my mentor saying to me many years ago, Katie, when you're tracking your numbers, it's a number. It's not a sentence. It's not a word. It's a number. Because numbers don't have excuses. It's rain or you can see very clearly, is that the correct answer? Is that working or not? So when you start working like this with your ads, you will start to really see, okay, great. If we've invested £300 this week, we've then brought in another £400 of revenue. Please don't also forget that is the month that you've brought in that new revenue. That might be 7-8 clients, 7-8 new students, depending what you charge a month, or if you're termly, whatever it is termly. But don't forget, that's just a month that they're coming in. Don't forget the lifetime value of the customer as well. So there's always more to look at than just the immediate, but start with the immediate to start with to get your confidence within your ads. From there, you can then go, okay, we need to bring in another 30, 40 students in the next week or in the next month. What do we need to invest and feel confident with investing to get to that number. So you can clearly see when you are really clear with your metrics and your numbers and you understand your business, you can confidently invest without thinking. As I said, I see people that will be like, yeah, I'm just going to whack that money down and hope for the best. Or yeah, we're running ads, but I don't know if they're really working. If you are that at the minute, switch them off. Switch them off, get these processes in place, then switch them back on and start learning. Otherwise, you're wasting money. So before I move on to organic growth in our section of external marketing today, guys, I just wanted to put one thing in the chat box for me or on live stream. What has resonated with you so far? As I grab a quick drink, one thing that has been a light bulb moment, think, yeah, I'm going to run ads like that. I'm going to tweak it like that. I'm going to add that metric in. Also, let me know, have you been running ads and they're maybe not working? Have you got frustrated with your ads? I'm seeing a few on live streams. Frustration just turned ads on, just turned ads off. Continuous time frame I've been doing here and there. Yep, you have to be consistent. Yep, consistency, I'm seeing that across the board. Consistency with the same ad. Yep, so it's consistency with the same ad, but don't be afraid to tweak it, to change it. We've had the same ad running for years. It works, but we might change an image. We might change a caption. We might change, a testimonial on there. We might add a video rather than an image. We might put a different offer, but the main 90% of it is the same. Okay. So consistency of running ads, consistent budget, tracking, and confidence. I'm seeing confidence come up and because sometimes with ads, it can be quite a lot of money when you're thinking, oh my goodness, is this working? I'm paying like £700-800 a week on ads. Are they working? Last month we spent, it wouldn't be last month, it would be our biggest month we always have a big expenditure in sort of September, October, one of our biggest enrollment periods within the UK. And our ad spend would be about 6,000 in the month of September. But in the month of September, we brought in 180 new clients. And that's a big enrollment season for us. We've got 2 gyms to fill. So that's a big enrollment season. We wouldn't be spending that in, say, December or even November. But September, October, we're going for gold. Now, 100%, I wasn't doing that at the beginning because I didn't know my numbers well enough to be confident to do that. So once you are confident with these numbers, you can then grow with it and be like, oh, I'm just going to put another £5 there, another £10 there. I'm going to see the difference. I need to bring another 20 students. Let's invest this and see where it brings back. Okay. One thing with Facebook ads and Instagram is they are trackable. So yes, local marketing. I'm not going to go too much into that. But yes, local marketing. All marketing works. You should be doing a little bit of everything. But it's very hard to track. And if you can't track, you don't know what's working. Okay. So first one, I said we're talking about today under external marketing. We've been really talking about Facebook and Instagram ads. So second one today, I've gone organic growth. So organic growth is all about how to build a consistent content library or content system, whatever you want to call it, that can map out your content and marketing journey across your business for the year. Now, I'm sharing this piece as part of our external marketing because social media, as we know, is so important for our growth, but it can also drain your energy. It can also drain your time with posts, with stories, with content. And organic growth will impact your business. But the next student that walks through the door most likely is going to come from paid traffic. Then they will go to your Instagram or they will go to your Facebook. Over time, that is going to build slowly in the background. I always think of socials as that's your brand awareness. That's your consistent exposure that over time will give you paid traffic. But in the early days, if you've got 20 followers or even 1,000, to be honest, you're not going to be getting immediate traffic from that. We don't get huge amounts, and I'm talking for across, and I've got 20,000 followers on, I think, Gold Medal, maybe 40,000. I can't remember that. I have 20,000 on my personal page. We have a lot on my gyms. And I can guarantee you now, majority comes through Facebook ads and referrals. and then they go and look at our Instagram or our socials. So I want you to build it in the background. It's still a very important piece, as we know, but I don't want you. I see so many people are posting, doing a reel and spending hours perfecting the reel, the algorithm, the new thing that's come out, and hoping for the best when they've got a small following, and it's spending hours and then nothing comes back from it. Yes, please do that if you've got capacity. But I want this marketing plan to be like your savior of, I know my brand's out there, but it's not draining my energy, because you need to be fully focused on where the income's coming now and where my next students are coming in now. So with your organic growth and your content library, map out the whole of the year. So what this looks like, you're going to map out all of your campaigns. So all of your income streams for the year. What are they? Booking a trial, booking a party, workshop, holiday camp, private lessons, merchandise. When I say campaign, I want you to match the word campaign with income stream. Anything that's an income stream in your business and you're expecting it to be an income generating action for you, it needs to have a marketing campaign behind it. With holiday camps, back in the day, I used to think of holiday camps as this extra thing that I would, if I had time, I would do it. And then, no surprise, I'd be like, why is it not successful? Because with a wing and a prayer, I'd be like, oh, holiday camps, quick, whack it out. Pop it out to our community. Let's see what lands. Where now we have a whole campaign behind the holiday camp that is leading up to a good 7-8 weeks before the holiday camp. Early bird offers, promoting it. It's built into our social calendar. It's built through our internal campaigns. So we're thinking about it. It's not, are we doing it? It's scheduled throughout the year. So your content library is all of your income streams scheduled throughout the year. You're then going to match, once you've got your campaigns, you're going to then match your events and your team. So your events is, are you doing any extra events? Maybe you've got particular competitions, particular tournaments, maybe any particular discos or bring a friend weeks, any events that are like very niche specific. So the performing arts world do a lot of events. You might do a Valentine's disco. You might do a summer ball. Yeah, the performing arts world are fantastic at their events. They actually put the gymnastic world to shame. I've learned a lot through all my performing arts clients. But you make sure your campaigns, your events, and your team are all scheduled throughout the year in that marketing schedule. Now, mixed with that, you've then got all of your social content that is combined into your content library. So you know when you're like, right, holiday camp campaign is coming up. Where are your graphics? Where are your posts? Where is your wording? That you have it all part of your marketing machine. So you're not scrambling around being like, oh goodness, we've got to design some graphics and it needs to start tomorrow. And then before you know it, it's Friday and it hasn't been done. And then it's a week behind. And you want to prep and prepare yourself in the best possible way. And this will absolutely support you to do this. So you want to have with each campaign, it has the graphics, the text, the images. It's all put in we have it all in our Google Drive. We have it all in one playbook under marketing where all the graphics are kept. Same with your events. Same with your book a trial, with your holiday camps. Anything that's an income stream should have a social calendar behind it. Have everything in one place so you're not scrambling around. We all know the saying, when you prepare correctly, you will succeed. You put the time in on the front end. It might take you a while to pull this together, but you're going to save hours and hours and hours. One of my clients saved about 10 hours a month by doing this upfront for the year. Yes, it was a bit of work, but I've got a special treat for you on that, so do not worry. Yes, it was a work, but it saves time. Anything where you can bulk things together when you're purely focused will massively help you. But it will also take the stress and alleviate extra work off of your shoulders, which is the biggest piece when you are trying to transition from the business owner to the CEO. especially when you feel like you're in the trenches doing every job under the planet in your business. But this will help and support you navigate that as you grow your business. You will also feel so much more organized because throughout the whole of the year, everything is organized, everything is scheduled, and you know where everything is. So if that sounds great, I've got a special bonus for you, which is related to our live this week together and our workshop this week. Now, everybody in this workshop that has registered for this week for us to be live Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday together, I want you to think, are you a hobby business or are you in it to make money? If you are here and you're present and you're live, you are most likely in it to make money. If you are feeling like you are spinning your wheels, you feel like you are that roller coaster journey, like I said at the beginning, where you feel like one thing's working, then something's not. You feel like you're on it 1 minute, then suddenly you feel like the back wheels have come off the business and your focus has diverted somewhere else because there's been a fire in the business somewhere and someone needs work doing over there. They're calling you over here and then they're calling you over there. If you're feeling like you're needing systems, processes, to take the pressure and alleviate some of your time in your business on a day-to-day basis. You're feeling like you're needing that exact roadmap to success. You don't want to be the guessing game. Just like I said at the beginning, we are so fortunate in the world we live in. We have so much research, education at our fingertips than ever before. But it can often send you in the wrong direction. It is not mapped to where you need to be in your business journey, and it's not lasered to the children's activity world. So if that is you and I'm speaking to you of you're at that point, we're nearly done with 3 months. The first quarter in 2026 is nearly done. If you feel you're still no closer to your goals or you're needing that roadmap to success, then I strongly recommend have a look at our silver mentorship. Now, our silver mentorship is our first step to begin working with us at Gold Medal Business. Glee will put the details in the chat box for you, but this is a hybrid of self-study mixed with group accountability calls each week. I have been in business for over 18 years, and I have had mentors of all different shapes and sizes, from group courses, self-study, one-to-one, masterminds. I've had group courses and one-to-ones that have gone anything from a couple of £100 to thousands per year. And I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for the support and the mentorship that I have had. So one thing, and hence why Gold Medal Business exists in the first place, is I'm incredibly passionate about the power of mentorship and how it can support you to grow. But I also know self-study doesn't work just by itself. So this is why with our silver mentorship, it's £99 per month. It's very, very reasonable, super high value, because just like I said at the beginning, I want you to have the resources and the tool belt to propel you to the next stage so you can then have the laser one-to-one support because you have the budget to do so. So our silver mentorship, I said it's £99 for the month. And that includes that. I said the £99 is literally for this week only. It then goes back up to £149. What you get for that, you get 2 calls a week. Tuesday Q&A with our team of coaches that have a wealth of 60 years of experience between them. So you have Q&A on a Tuesday. Thursday, you have a group training call with myself directly. And each week, we've just done a lot on marketing. Each week is something different. It might be marketing. It might be team. It might be scaling. It might be financials. It may be about taxes. It's a wealth. It's what the trainings are there for you. I often reach out to you guys. What you are struggling with, I will train on. So it's not trainings that have been done 3-4 years ago. We're live in the trenches with you. Alongside your 2 trainings, you then get our self-study library. We have over 6 core systems in our Gold Medal University where you will go through. It's not got loads of fluff in there. It's tailored. It's specific. It's trainings that have been done recently, and again, not 20 years ago. And I say that because I've had feedback from clients that have come to me from previous mentorships of all different industries where they feel the training was very old school, or they could tell it was done 3 or 4 years ago. Myself, I've been through those sort of programs as well. And I've been very intentional. Our core systems are exactly what you need to know now to move the needle, to build the foundations for you to then move forwards, come out your business so you can grow your business. So as I said, our silver mentorship is for you if you are serious about your business, you're wanting someone who's been there, done it, got the t-shirt, the right support at the right time, and most importantly, be part of an incredible community. Oh, you saw at the beginning, we have a wealth of different activities and experiences, and our silver and gold mentorship is exactly the same, that you can rebound off. You know, one of the biggest feedback we get is I don't only get support and help from someone running a skateboarding business. I've also got someone running a dance business. I've also got someone running a science business. What they're experiencing can also help you. As long as it's children's activity world and it fits within the model, doesn't matter what sport or activity you are, you can really, really build from that wealth of experience. So if that's of interest for you, if you've got any questions, I will stay on a little bit later after our training's finished to answer any questions that you may have. But seriously, look at our silver mentorship. It's a complete no-brainer. It's a jump in. You can cancel at any time. Get in, get the experience you need, and get the coaching you need on a weekly basis. Completely no-brainer if you're serious about your business. So last piece of our external marketing. So I said we've talked about Facebook ads. We've talked about the section on content marketing. And we've also talked about our silver mentorship. And I'm just going to add in there, got too excited about talking about our silver mentorship because it's so amazing. Bonus for you this week, talking about our content marketing, content system that we did in point number 2. Anyone who signs up in full to our silver mentorship, I think it's £1,000, isn't it, Glia? £1,000 if you pay in full. So you save a good couple of £100 on that. But you also get your content marketing completely created for free by our Hire Our team, which is our team that do all of they're basically our VAs that help a lot of our clients. And that in itself is about £500 for them to do your whole content system. So if that's of interest, reach out. We can answer any questions you've got, but that's valid. It's the first 10 places till the end of this week, but that's a paid in full option when you purchase silver. So it's a great bonus for you if you want your whole content system created for you. Okay, so my last point today is, as we all know, we've heard this multiple times before, is live streaming. So in line with front end marketing, I said there's many spikes to your external marketing. I've picked the top 3 that I wanted to go through for you. Live streaming. Please do not be afraid of live streaming. You have to be super confident with this. Whether you start and you're literally freaking out and you're going all hot and sweaty, it doesn't matter. Just start. The world we live in, you have to live stream. So whether it's you doing a quick piece to camera, or one of your staff members doing it, or a parent talking to camera, or I did a piece a good few months ago, and I was standing on one of our balconies with the kids in the background. You couldn't see any faces, but I just did a piece, me talking to the phone. I'm talking about the class in action behind me. It was really raw. It was not polished at all. It was about 30 seconds, but that got some of our best Facebook hits ever because it was class in action. It was very raw. It wasn't polished. And it was like, we're here at the gym. This is what we're doing. So have a think of how you can do live streams in a creative way that are off the cuff, that are not polished, and that doesn't always have to be you. You want to be going live stream about 2 or 3 times a week. Doesn't have to be hours on end. You might be like, I'll just jump on here and do a minute. I'll just jump on here and do 30 seconds. I might jump on here and do 5 minutes. It might be just you know, one of our clients at the minute is preparing for their show. Their live streams are all about their show, of what has come in. Let's unbox let's unbox the equipment. Let's unbox the uniforms. Let's talk to a parent on their experience during show week when it's super busy, and their experience of what they experience when it's actually the show. So just think, there are a few examples of how you can be creative, but you want to be as live and as present within your community as you best possibly can. And remember, this is all part of your content library that I've just talked about. Anything that you are recording, you can reuse again and again and again. You can use that in your Facebook ads. So once you've done one piece, don't think, oh, that's it. I've just spent 10 minutes, didn't get anyone liking it or anyone showing up. Doesn't matter. You can bank that content, reuse it in your Instagram ads, put it into your reels. So one of the key things people say to me at Gold Medal, they say, Katie, you are absolutely everywhere. We're seeing your blog, we're seeing it on the podcast, we're seeing your reels cut, the stories, the ads. And I'm like, I do my live streams each week. And my content team, as I shared with you about my content system, will cut, will tweak, will build it out into a content system. So it looks like I'm everywhere, but I'm not working on a full-time basis. And that's because we've been smart building out the content system. And you can do exactly the same. You don't have to feel overwhelmed with it. You don't have to feel like it's a full-time job. If you work smartly and, like I said, with the support of our Hire Our Team department and your silver mentorship, you will carve hours and hours off of your week to week when you're doing all of these systems and processes. So, my friends, that completes day one today. So day one said we've been talking about external marketing. External marketing is your front end focus. We have to make sure your front end focus is laser focused at getting students through the door and making sure that you're covering the main areas to bring your students in. As I said, there are many, many things from an external marketing point of view you can be actioning, but I just for today want you to just start thinking of the ones we've done today and to go through and just start, pick one thing that you've learned and pick one thing that you think, yeah, I'm going to implement that by tomorrow. I want you to put it into the Facebook group. Glia, can you just put the link to the Facebook group in the chat box for me, just in case people aren't in there? I want you just to put when you've actioned one thing or one thing that's come up. I want you just to pop that into the Facebook group so we can all celebrate you. So as we're rounding up, I'm just going to stay on for a few minutes after, guys. If anybody's got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And let's just put our top thing in the chat box and on live stream. What's been your top light bulb moment for today that has come up that you are going to be implementing tomorrow? So just pop it in the chat box. We can then hold you all accountable. So any other questions, guys? You can more than happy. I can answer in the chat box as we are live for ads, live streaming, content library, ads, metrics, confidence in ads is what I'm seeing a lot on live stream. Also, I only use Insta. Insta and Facebook ads are the same thing. They're the same thing. If you're running Facebook ads, it will automatically link with Instagram, or it should do. If it's not, please make sure the specialist is doing it correctly. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, so I've got about a minute. So any questions, if you've got any questions that you want to ask me about today's training, or if there's any other questions about the silver mentorship that you'd like me to answer, I'm more than happy to go through. Okay, one question coming through on our silver mentorship is experience. I think that's Sam. I think it's experience. I think that is experience. What experience you need to have prior to the silver mentorship? So it's our beginner foundation step forwards. So no experience. So if you are brand new to your business or you're established, but you're still very much in the trenches and want your systems and processes developed, then the silver mentorship will still benefit you, Sam. Okay. So if you are, I would say if you're over sort of 300,000 plus in your business and you've got quite a lot of delegation in place already, I would really recommend having a chat with us. And Glia, actually, could you just put in the chat box? I didn't put our calendar in. Booking a chat with our team and having a chat with Gemma, who you'll speak to, and basically just having a chat through to see whether silver is right for you. Definitely, if you're very much in the trenches, you've got a smallish turnover, smallish student numbers, student silver mentorship is a no-brainer for you. But I said, if you're quite established, largest team, largest student base, you might want to look to see if gold or one-to-one niched, personalized coaching program is for you rather than silver. Okay, Sam? So I hope that helps. Okay, perfect, guys. Right, super. So there'll be lots of questions that I will answer at the end of tomorrow. So thank you all for being with us today. I look forward to being with you on day 2 tomorrow, where we're going to go through more of it external, but also internal marketing tomorrow. So have an amazing rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.